Well, let's jump right into the list because I'm pretty sure it's a lot easier to get inspired to declutter if you start with the things that bring no value and that you will not miss at all. So the first thing, expired pantry items. Even though I do not have a pantry, I still sometimes find the things that got expired without me noticing it. And it's really useful to make regular revisions of your fridge, of your spices, of your canned food, just to find if there's something that has to be taken out. Uncomfortable shoes. I'm pretty sure you know what shoes are comfortable and you wear them all the time. Is this relevant for you? Because for me, it is. I do have several pairs of sandals, but I wear only one pair because it's the most comfortable for me. Even though this pair is absolutely worn out, I just can't stop wearing it. So why not just make the room for comfortable shoes instead of creating clutter from those uncomfortable heels or boots that you bought and that you wore only a few times. Uncomfortable bedding. This includes mattresses, blankets, pillows, pillowcases that are worn out, uncomfortable, made from allergy-inducing or just hot material. I'm currently using this Zamat Blue Dot memory foam button pillow. That's a really long name. They kindly sent me this pillow to test, and my journey with the right pillow for me started with simply dug down pillows with cotton pillowcases, but I've always felt that something has to support my neck because it's inconvenient to sleep like that, you know? And I started to use that pillow that I bought just in the local store that was also dug down pillow, but it had this bump for my neck to support my neck at night. But as this material is down, feather basically, it deforms through time, so this is not a long-lasting option, and it served me half a year. I showed it in one of my videos. So I decided to go for this Zamat Blue Dot memory foam pillow that has a huge support for my neck and a deep for my head to lie down, and places for the hands, for arms if you like to sleep like a goddess or something. And also these deeps are very convenient for my cat to lie on. The first time when this pillow came to me and I started to use that, it was terrible, I'll be honest. Just couldn't sleep well, it was uncomfortable. But on the fourth night, magically, this all disappeared. And then it hit me. It's the memory foam thing. Memory. So basically it adjusted to my neck and my head, to my personal shape. And now it's completely comfortable for me to sleep on it. And I think it's very important to support your neck for the future so that you won't have any future neck pain and back pain problems. If you are in the market for the pillow that would be of the shape of your body, I would really recommend the Zamat Blue Dot that I'm using right now. And they kindly provided the discount for my viewers. So with the code Victoria15, you can receive a 15% off of the price of this pillow if you click the link in the description. Victoria15 for 15% off. Your pillow is waiting for you. Old electronics, things that don't work anymore, things that work. Oh my god, I just burped. Things that work, but you don't use that, you have no idea where this come from. You may judge me right now, but I have not found a single recycling station for electronics. So recently I decided to stop collecting this trash at my home. I have this whole package of electronics that I have been decluttering for years, but I have nowhere to take them. But I decided to just take them out as usual trash to our usual trash bins, and this may not be the best idea for environment, but like the infrastructure is not there yet to make it convenient for me, and I think it's important to prioritize your home, your like well-being, and even if you need to just take out electronics as trash, I would go for this. Unused cookbooks. I've never had a cookbook in my life, and you know, I've been absolutely fine because all the recipes are on the phone. But if you use your cookbook, it's fine. If you don't, why would you keep it? Single-use kitchen items, like some kind of a sandwich maker, apple peeler, things that have only one specific use and that basically are used maybe once a year. I think these are worth decluttering. Access coffee mugs. For my whole life, when I lived with my parents, I remember we've had like 20 cups. Why? There's no reason. They have been piling up in the sink. I don't know why. For now, we have only 3 mugs in use, and we just heat all the rest if we have some for your guests, for example. Declutter all the unnecessary mugs. Why not? It will free up a lot of space. Unused board games. If you play board games on a regular basis, that's amazing. But if you don't and they just keep collecting dust, maybe it's time to get rid of the board games that you are not a fan of or don't use enough. Some broken or mismatched Tupperware. I think that maybe all of us have this problem of mismatched Tupperware or like lids that always are lost. They're like socks. Maybe they have an alliance with socks and they have summits where they decide how to ruin our lives. I don't know, but they're always lost or broken or whatever. So why not declutter the Tupperware you don't think is useful anymore? Unused exercise equipment. Mats for yoga mats, maybe dumbbells. Also some clothes for sports that you don't use anymore or that's uncomfortable. Why not just go through this all and declutter? Because if you wanted to start this type of sport, you would have probably already done this. Expired medications. I think it's useful to just go through your medications once every 6 months probably and see what's expired, so you avoid thinking that you have something, but then when you need to use it, you see that it's expired and you cannot use it and you have to go to the pharmacies. Neglected hobbies. Remember when our fantasy self wanted to draw or to knit or to... I'm running out of ideas all the time. But that you haven't done for a while, but you still have tools for that. Declutter them, okay? Make room for what you really want to do right now. Excessive decorative pillows or blankets. You know what? People can do well without any decorative blanket or a pillow. We have our favorite blanket, one blanket that we use at home in winter, like to cover ourselves, or that we use in summer to go to the beach or to go outside on the grass. Like it's okay to use one blanket for that and we are fine with one. If you need more, fine, but just don't keep the ones that you don't use. Duplicates in your utensils drawers, like in the kitchen or in the living rooms. Maybe you need one utensil for each room of the same type, right? Maybe you have scissors for a living room and scissors for a kitchen, but why keeping duplicates of utensils in one room? No idea. It only makes this complicated to look for things. So check your home for duplicates. Unused phone apps, or maybe the ones that you use but you would like not to. I remember I did this experiment. I leave the link to the video somewhere here. When I did not use my phone for a week and this was the best thing in my life. I should kind of repeat that, but with some tweaks. Anyways, decluttering apps that you don't use or decluttering apps that simply take your time and don't bring value is invaluable. Old greeting cards, invitations. Yeah, some of them hold sentimental value and it is okay to keep some of them, but go through every single one of them and maybe recall this spark joy thing and differentiate the ones that are really important, that bring value, that bring joy, that are sentimentals, and toss all the rest that are just sitting there and are kept for no reason. Also, if you really like those sentimental items, why not make the board of them to have them all the time at your side, to enjoy them, to look at them? Because I don't know why we keep something that would be hidden really far away somewhere in the garage. That's another thing to think about. If we really want to keep something, why not display it? Outdated or unused beauty product. The same thing is with medications. You sometimes don't check the expiration date and then you use it 2 years after the expiration date. Yeah, no problem with that, but I think it's worth sometimes checking the expiration date. And the ones that are expired or the ones that you don't use are worth decluttering. Unused decorative items. With the decor, the less the better. Honestly, I find that if you have a few really beautiful, important to you pieces, it's a lot more valuable and it's a lot more fun to decorate your home with those than with a bunch of crap that is really cheap from the Dollar Tree store or something. Excessive clothing accessories. Yeah, we declutter our clothes a lot and regularly and it's amazing, but I think that we don't go through our accessories now. How about those bags, the belts, hats, wallets, shoes, and other stuff that we don't go through enough, I think. So maybe it's time to finally get rid of the ones that you don't use. Unused digital files. I've got a video of digital decluttering somewhere here. The result of digital decluttering and making order on your computer is really important, because if you work on the computer, it saves up a lot of time for you, because you don't just dig deep into the folder to find something you need. clean, and it becomes a lot easier and more pleasant to use your computers and your digital items if the files are in order and there is no excessive thing here. Documents and just piles of paper things that are sometimes piling up, and for me it's relevant too. I always get lazy when it comes to some sorting of the documents, but when I declutter it, I find out that there's so much paper that's just trash and needs to go away from my life. Neglected jewelry. I think a lot of us have just our favorite pieces that we use all the time, and we have like a bunch of other pieces that we don't use at all. So why not declutter it and gifting maybe those pieces to people who would use them, would love them, and need them, instead of just keeping them for no reason. Number 23, excess bathroom products. I feel that these bottles are endless. We buy and buy conditioners, shampoos, lotions, everything, and it keeps sitting in our bathrooms for no reason. So why not go through these bottles and first of all stop buying so many new bottles and products every time, and second of all declutter the bottles that are expired and the products that we don't use enough. Maybe you can gift it to someone in your family and just find a better use for this. Remember to check some at home by the link in the description and use my code Victoria15 for 15% off of your purchase. By the way, if you use the link in the description, I receive a small commission from that, so you really support my channel by this. And remember that decluttering can be a refreshing process that allows you to focus on what matters in your life, because clutter can take away a lot from you. I talked more about how much clutter costs us in this video, so if you're interested in that topic, please watch it next. And I hope you have the most wonderful day. Goodbye. My cat also wants to say goodbye. Let's say goodbye.